everybody. Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. Big news this week. Justin and I, say hi, Justin.
Hello.
We have officially decided on a name for the podcast.
We have.
Justin, what are we calling it?
We're calling it Dumbfounded Opinions.
Now, why did we pick this name?
Because we're dumb. We have a lot of opinions.
That's right. And we found the dumb opinions.
It's a nice play on words, too.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's fun. So, of course, you know the goal of the podcast. We are bringing you the hot topics, world events, world news. What do you need to know? No, just kidding. This is nonsense stuff we're interested in and barely interested in. Yeah. The goal is not to learn anything.
No.
Or be productive.
Really just talk.
That's kind of it.
And it's intriguing enough to keep listening, but not intriguing enough to retain anything.
You think that's
that's
accurate?
Yeah.
So Justin, what intriguing topic do we have today?
So today we're going to be talking about male purses and fanny packs.
Oh yeah.
Merces.
Oh yeah, that's the hot topic.
Wait,
right
what
there.
is the other name for them? Satchels.
Satchels.
They call them satchels. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's kind of talk about the different things we're going to cover.
Okay.
I want to know why people are using them.
Okay.
I want to know the good parts, the bad parts.
Okay.
I want to know the social stigmas.
And a lot of those.
Yeah, and then what do we rate? So let's start off with, why would somebody use one?
Well, somebody would use. Okay. Let's talk about regular purses, right? Almost every woman carries a purse.
Oh, it's common.
And they have their wallet, they have keys, they have magical things that I don't know about. Mm-hmm. Lip balm, Kleenexes, I don't know. The
guns sometimes.
Why not? Right? They have everything.
Everything in there.
So I don't really know when or why it started, but fanny packs are now, I think, more popular.
They are.
I was in the mall just a few days ago and I saw a lot of people of both sexes
rocking fanny packs. Wow.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that I just thought of. And again, for the listener, Justin and I do not talk about these things before we start recording. We really develop opinions while we're talking about it.
Pretty much, yeah.
So something I just thought of is that women often complain that they don't have pockets, which is a topic to itself. It's very accurate.
Pant pockets suck for
they're getting gypped.
Yeah.
They're getting gypped. But I will say the things that they carry in their purse is so much more than could fit in any man's pockets.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're like, okay, well, if we had adequate pocket space like men, and I do for the most part, I often feel like I have quite a bit of pocket space.
So do you think that they have all that stuff just because they have space to have it, though?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so, too.
Because if I made a habit of carrying around a backpack, I would for sure carry more stuff.
Yeah.
If I was like,
I might as well have it.
Right. Like, this is a fashionable bag that, oh my God, it's happening. You're convincing me to get a man purse, a satchel.
We were in H&M at the mall, like I said just a couple of days ago. Yeah. They had a whole section of male satchels, and they were like fashionable.
I've never wanted one in my entire life. We're 90 seconds into this conversation, and I'm on board.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so I guess let's... Wow. Okay, so first of all, first point, I think this is the most important factor.
Okay.
Indiana Jones had one.
That's true.
He
had one.
Right.
He was also an archaeologist, though.
That is true. Yeah, and he did fight Nazis.
Wait, was he an archaeologist?
I think he might have been an archaeologist.
Or was he just like a historian?
I think he was... Well, he was a professor of archaeology.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then he also shot that guy. So he was also a murderer.
He had a whip, too.
I think he had a whip.
That's cool.
A lot of stuff going on with Indiana. Maybe that should be another topic for another day. So I think that's most important is he had one, which I think it makes it okay. But I think that maybe a fanny pack wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not that fanny packs aren't that big.
So, they're still much bigger than like most pockets would be, right? Like
yeah, I feel like they're two pockets put together. I feel like that's the size of a fanny pack.
Yeah. Fanny pack's pretty good size. I will say a lot of the like little handbag satchel things I saw. Yeah. They were about the size of a fanny pack, maybe a little bigger.
Really?
About the size of like a camera case.
You see, I think what you sacrifice from having a satchel, you gain in having, like more mobility. It's smaller, and it's less in the way. It sits right on your hip or right in front where your fanny might be.
Are you saying that you would rather have a fanny pack than like a satchel?
No.
That's not what you're saying.
And see, now this is where we bleed into the other aspects of the conversation. I couldn't, and I think it's mostly for social reasons.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd want to be seen with a fanny pack.
Why do you think there's a stigma surrounding, specifically men?
Yeah,
wearing or having any kind of like purse or
right. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. The first one that hits me is I feel like every fanny pack I see is, either advertises a female brand, right? So it's like pink across the front of it or something, or it's like bedazzled, or something like that. It's very flashy. It's not a utility item. It's a fashion item. Yeah. And I don't do anything fashionable. No, I don't. Yeah, I wear plain colored t-shirts every day with the same pair of khakis that I've had for 8 years. Yeah. And I wear gray colored shoes. Yeah. Because they match everything. So I don't want to make a fashion statement. And I feel like that's exclusively what fanny packs want to do. They want to be fashionable. They want people to notice them. And I want something that would be discreet. Discreet utility.
I think it depends, because I've seen, obviously these ones I'm about to mention are intended for something else. Mm-hmm. But they make like fanny packs that are specifically for people that like run or like jog.
Okay, yeah.
Or they also make fanny packs for like dog trainers.
Yeah, and there's
stuff like that.
There's like weightlifting ones where people put like chalk, or like like wall climbing. Whenever people like climb rocks, they chalk their hands, and they have like that's essentially a fanny pack. I'm sure that like
it probably has a different name.
Yeah, I'm sure that like fanny pack TM like does not manufacture them. Yeah, but I'm sure that's what it is.
About to go for a sick climb. I need to strap in my fanny pack.
Yeah, my Gucci brand fanny pack.
Imagine they're halfway up. They forgot to strap themselves into like the safety harness, but they have their fanny pack on.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
they got priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not looking good while you're on the side of a cliff, why are you doing?
That's true. Yeah. Well, okay. So here's a question with the stigma. Do you think it's because like there's this view of like, oh, like why are you carrying that? Like, what do you have your lipstick in there? Or do you think it's like the more you carry on your person to be ready, the more like, why is that a feminine trait, I guess? Because I feel like that's almost part of it. It's like, yeah, man, I keep everything in here. Like, and then they're like, well, why do you have to have all that stuff? And you're like, well, I just like to be prepared. It's like,
which is kind of ironic, because I think I would associate like preparedness overall as like a male stigma. Like, oh yeah, Boy Scout always has a pair of scissors on him or something like that. But then you're right. Whenever it comes to women's purses in particular, you do kind of be like, wow, yeah, they have everything. And why does a man need something like that? Yeah. So it's
like, why is this man carrying all this stuff on him?
I don't know.
And God forbid he has any like masculine products, like hygienic
Is it carrying products. Deodorant on him or something?
Yeah, like deodorant, or like a pair of tweezers or something, or like
it's just I pluck my eyebrows when I'm at red lights.
Yeah, or like a mini like little beard trimmer.
Yeah, just in there, right?
Or a to-go cologne.
Yeah, that's true.
These are things I would carry.
So I guess let's get into that. If you had, let's say, okay, let's go to different levels. If you had a fanny pack, what would you carry in your fanny pack?
I would carry my keys.
Yeah, keys number one.
My wallet.
Okay.
Probably not my phone. I probably keep my phone in my pocket because the zipper. There's no point. I would probably keep well, for me, I probably keep a beard brush in there.
Really?
Yeah, I probably.
How often do you brush your beard, man?
Well,
not as often as you'd like to.
Well, not as often as I'd like to. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, because
because you don't have to.
Yeah, I have a beard brush in my car. I'll brush my beard before I go in somewhere or something.
That's hilarious.
It also depends on how long my beard is.
Yeah. I guess, depending on how you're going about things, you could put a mask in there these days. Gum.
That's a good one.
So I feel like the good utility with something like that is something that you don't need immediate access to. Yeah. But you have to carry with you. Well, or you want to.
Another thing is like loss prevention. So for instance, I have a big keychain. You're familiar. I have a ton of keys on there. It's crazy.
30 keys on there.
And but it clips to my belt loop.
Yeah.
Well, I need a new system because I keep losing keys. Like they just keep falling off of this freaking keychain. And so you put them in a fanny pack. Like, right. Aside from losing the fanny pack, you're probably fine.
You could just carry a bag of keys.
A bag of keys.
That could be your fanny pack. Just a sack of keys.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
and not any of them are labeled.
No.
I think the things that I have in my pocket that I would want immediate access to all the time are my phone. Okay. And then I often carry pepper spray with me because I'm a dainty little man and I don't want some lady beating me up. And that's a real fear I have. Especially if I'm carrying a fanny pack. Somebody's being like, oh yeah, I could mug this guy. He's got a little goodie bag in there. So
I want to know what's in that fanny pack, boy.
That's a nice fanny. What's in there? So yeah, I think that's something that I would want to have immediate access to. So I'd probably keep those two things in my pocket, but I don't carry much more than that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else I would opt into. Like, I guess gum or mints.
I will say it really depends. Like, I could see myself having like a satchel or a fanny pack, like for sure on vacation.
Oh, right? That makes sense.
So like makes sense. Yeah, I'm traveling.
Right.
I have a little bag on me, or honestly, even a backpack. Like most of my vacations, I have a backpack.
And so let's upgrade. What would you carry in a satchel, given that you had a satchel? Like, how would you utilize it? Because you could, let's assume all the same stuff as a fanny pack. Yeah. But now there's more space. So what's in there?
So like on vacation, is that what you're talking about? Like on vacation?
No, I'm talking every day.
Just in general.
Because vacation's a different thing.
That's true.
That's a whole. I mean, you know, all kinds of stuff with it.
I think really the only time I would personally have a satchel or something like that would be, you know, for the utility of like having to do with my job or something.
Yeah.
But I don't really work in a field that requires it. I mean, I have a lot of gear. None of it's fitting in a satchel. So like, I don't really know that I would have much utility for a satchel, honestly.
Yeah. So I can't imagine how I would properly utilize one.
Yeah.
I feel like I just have mostly dead space. Like sometimes I'll take a drawstring bag to work with me. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like if I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be, you know, I'm working a double, I'm working 16 hours. So I'm going to take an extra phone charger, some extra snacks. I'm going to take a book, you know, in case I get an extra break, I can have some time to read. And so, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
But even that's super rare.
Yeah.
And I guess why wouldn't I just use a drawstring bag?
That's true.
I mean, it looks worse.
It's kind of the same thing.
I mean, it's
functionally the same thing.
Yeah.
One's just more stylish, I guess.
I guess so. And potentially. Because, I mean, you can have an ugly-ass satchel bag.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you could. And you could probably have a...
Sorry.
Really?
I had to cough.
Wow. I'm sorry, listener. So, I mean, and you could have... there's probably fancy drawstring bags.
Well,
I'm sure.
I don't know. I feel like drawstring and fancy are kind of against each other. It's like, I feel like drawstring's the simplest, cheapest bag you can get, you know?
Maybe you're right. But I mean, you could still probably have some type of like, you know, fold top bag or something.
Okay, I really wish you could see the ones that I saw at H&M a few days ago, because like I had never really seen any like them. Think of like the size of like a camera case. Like maybe this big.
I don't think the knowledge that I have of carrying cameras is intimate enough to know that comparison.
Here's a better comparison. The size of a Kleenex box.
Oh.
So think of like that, but like a bag format, and you put it on like this.
One shoulder. Yeah. You sling it over.
Yeah.
Right. Like a.
See, I think I'd be much more likely to go with something like that over a fanny pack or a satchel. It's kind of a middle.
It's a middle ground.
It's a middle ground.
And I've seen people take fanny packs, by the way, and wear them over one shoulder like a sash, like how you're describing. I've seen people wear them like that, and then just take the hip part and, you know, string it out to fit across their torso.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, so I've seen that.
That's probably how I would wear them too.
Yeah, and funny enough, you know, I've seen certain situations where people who like carry guns at the range will carry ammo in there for quick reloads.
Yeah.
So people like in warfare situations have tactical fanny packs now.
Oh well, yeah, that's like a utility belt. That's different.
No. But I'm literally a fanny pack. Fanny pack TM. I'm carrying, you know, like gun supplies in there.
That's pretty cool.
I'm not saying that, you know, they're flying to Afghanistan with them or anything, but they're doing it.
Civil warfare.
Yeah. I don't know. So the beginning of the podcast, I was neutral. And then I went super hard on, I'm definitely getting a satchel. And now I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'm drawing back. Now I don't know what I would use a satchel for.
Okay, so, all right, so the moment of truth then.
Okay.
Let's rate this.
Let's rate this. Okay.
Okay, we'll rate it for ourselves, and then I think we should give a separate rating just for the concept.
Okay, I agree.
So me personally,
right.
I think 1 out of 10 for me. 1 being no way, I would have no use. 10
right.
being I need to have one right now.
Yep.
I would say like probably a 2.
Yeah.
For me, because like, I mean, there's certain situations like if I'm taking Appa to the park,
sure.
You know,
Appa being your golden retriever.
Yeah, like
not your wife's name.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So if I take him to the park, I may keep treats or keep something for him in there. But really, other than that, I don't really. I mean, everything fits in my pockets.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, and I feel like I don't quite have enough pocket space for all the stuff I want. But I mean, whenever I'm wearing a jacket, I do.
Yeah,
I mean, 2 more pockets right there, at least 2. Some of my jackets have more.
I'd say most of the year jackets are okay.
Yeah, I mean, in mid-Missouri where we are, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely, 3 seasons. So I would say personally rating it, and you know what I just realized?
What?
I have a laptop bag.
Yeah,
that's pretty much a satchel.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of already have a satchel.
It's for your laptop, though.
Yeah, do you have to put a laptop in there? You can put anything in there.
You put pizza in there.
Yeah, exactly, man. You can do anything. So I guess I'd probably say, maybe like a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
For myself. Yeah.
So the concept in general, I think, well, it's not even fair because I think it solely depends on
how much you utilize it.
Well, yeah, like if you're someone that, like you said, someone that works somewhere and you like to take a bunch of stuff, snacks and that stuff.
You're there for a long time.
Yeah, like okay, go for it. Like
and my wife travels.
I think the stigma's dumb. I'll say that.
Oh, that's true. My wife travels a lot for work, and so there's some weeks out of the year she lives out of her satchel. I mean, she pretty much takes like a laptop bag, which again is a more specifically used satchel, in my opinion. She lives out of it. Everything, all of her work is in there. So I would say overall as a concept, and I'm gonna include purses, fanny packs, satchels. So anything that is a smaller, more mobile bag type thing. I'm gonna go 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because they're incredibly useful whenever you need them. They're a great option. I'm very happy that they exist. And I think that they could probably, I think 6 out of 10 is a good number.
I think I would agree with that number. I think it may even go up a point, specifically like pandemic times, because like Germ-X, mask, like I think there's more stuff you could carry in there that like would serve purpose,
That's true.
So that might increase, because I know there were several times like during the pandemic when I'd be out and I'd be like, oh shit, I don't have a mask, and the only reason I didn't is because like I didn't want to fold it and shove it in my pocket and it'd be all like wadded up.
That's true. Man, did you ever like pull up to a place where you needed a mask and not have one, but then realize that there was one on your floorboard that had been like gently stepped on, and then just kind of like dust it off, and you're like, shit. Okay.
I'm just going
like
for
this feels so much more unhealthy than like not wearing anything at all. All right, I guess it's time to breathe.
It's like sitting half of it's in like an old McDonald's bag.
Like the other half got stuck in your door and it's been hanging out like on the street.
It's all like raggedy. Oh my god. All right, so next topic is
we're going to use masks.
Should you wear masks that have been used already?
Gently used face masks. What's your hot take? Speaking of hot takes, you guys, we have established an email address, which is dumbfoundedopinions@gmail.com.
Yes.
Jess and I both manage it. If you guys have any hot takes on this topic, on any of the topics we've done so far, any of the topics we're going in the future, email them in. If you guys have topic ideas you want us to cover, let us know. We'll probably take a moment at the end of each episode if we have any emails that we really think are expanding the way we're looking at things. We'll dive into it.
Also, if you have any insults for Gage, send those as well.
I'll
for sure read those.
You really opened up this email to something else.
Specifically Gage, though. If you have anything bad to say about me, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
But Gage,
All right. If you guys have any critiques on how to maybe make it better, the podcast better, don't want to hear it.
Don't want to hear it.
Don't
you send that to us. No.
We know what we could be doing, and we're not doing it on purpose.